years are passing by and all I think about is when we were in school. Flipping off police, drinking beers underage in a swimming pool. But times have changed and we're old now. I think our heat's getting cold now. And now I'm just in love with your cold shoulder. Cause we fight and then we make love. We break up and then we 2 o'clock and now we're day drunk. Love it when we hate fuck. Nobody can change us. Love it when we hate fuck. Nobody can change us. Love it when we hate fuck. Nobody can change us. I cannot fall asleep without you by my side, but when you're here I'm all cold. Yeah, we got something special, but I cannot be the main act in a role. Tell me what you gonna do when they catch us, when they pull out big guns and they blast us. The final end to our mad love. Cause we fight and then we make love. We break up and then we 2 o'clock and now we're day drunk. Love it when we hate fuck. Nobody can change us. When we dance and then we fall hit the speed and then we slow down. 2 o'clock and now we're day drunk. Love it when we hate fuck. Nobody can change us. Love it when we hate fuck. Nobody can change us. Nobody can change us.
Okay. Hello. Let's see. Me up here. Hello, everybody. Hi, Nugget. Hi, Kai. One day I'll pop into existence. Oh, there I am. Let's go. Oh, hi, Trip. Let's get some chill music going on. Let's see. DMC free. Let's see, gotta make sure it's not too loud. Yeah. Hey guys, you won't be here long, yet? That's all right. Just seeing ya and saying hi is always good. I appreciate it. Can't join the Helldiving tonight? That's all right. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna Helldive, to be honest. I just put Helldiving in the title because I'm not sure. Obviously Helldivers is a bit of a hot game right now. I don't really want to talk too much about it, as most of my opinion on that has been in the Discord. But the TLDR of my opinion on the thing is that while I do agree that there's definitely some problems with it, such as the restricted access and selling in areas that you can't do, like the Philippines, I think is the main one. Filipinos taking another L, classic. No, but obviously, like that is a very obvious problem. But I think there's a couple of I think it's severely blown out of proportion for what it is. But once again, I don't want to spend the time talking about that just because, one, I get what's it called? I yap. I could yap for fucking hours arguing about stuff like that, but I don't really care to do that right now. You know, ultimately, I think what's important to remember for a lot of people, because this is like the third month in a row where there's been some sort of outrage about something like this. Like first it was Dragon's Dogma, and then it was the Riot Vanguard stuff, and now it's Helldivers. And you know, while there are all legitimate complaints among all three of those dramas, I think people have to realize that, like, it really isn't the end of the world. Like, you can be passionate about it, but like, there's a fine line between passion and obsession. You know what I mean? I think you could be upset about something without like freaking out. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, the Helldiver stuff specifically, I'm pretty sure even though it's been review bombed on Steam, I don't think the player count has like changed at all. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people have to realize I used to be like this. Okay, this is why I'm like kind of passionate on this topic. I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about this, but now I'm yapping, so here we are. I used to be in that same kind of like I used to be in that same mindset of like really being passionate about it. It happened with Overwatch, for example. I was really passionate about Overwatch, and that's because, you know, I was playing a lot over Overwatch, right? So, but also you have to realize at the end of the day, especially you kind of realize as you grow up, at the end of the day, it's just a fucking video game. I mean, there's so many other problems, and this leads you to like possibly get into the political doomer sphere. But you know, at the end of the day, and my dad helped me with this too, you can only really worry about what you can. You know what I mean? Like, there's no real, like, going out, making forum posts, complaining and all that. You know, maybe doing it once, sure, but, like, kind of harping on it and, like, keeping that in your brain. This is not conducive, I think, to, like, it's not conducive to, like, healthy thought. You know what I mean? Once again, you could bring up legitimate problem. Like, I agree with you. I think the biggest only real problem to the PSN thing is that people who can't make an account that have bought the game and been playing the game. I think that is a certifiable problem that they need to refund / fix. But especially nowadays in the age of misinformation and people lying on the internet. Like, just today, I decided when I was at work for some fucking reason, to look at some of the forum posts that people are talking about, or Reddit in this case. You know, and there were so many people who were just certifiably lying about stuff. And you know what? Like, it's just not, you know. I think the age of healthy discussion on the internet is gone, basically. And I think I just try to make it my own mission in life to, I just kind of make it my own mission in life to kind of talk to people and go, like, look, it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? It didn't really exist, yeah, let's be honest. You don't trust Sony? And that's fair. Not trusting Sony, I think, is a perfectly fair reason. Yeah, I think not trusting Sony is a perfectly fair reason. Sure. But, I also think that, realistically, if you look at how many cybersecurity... If you're going to be that concerned about your cybersecurity, I think there's a lot of other issues about your cybersecurity that you probably don't take necessarily as seriously. And obviously there are some people that do. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, I just think that trying to, like, high ground about it and saying, like, Sony's so bad, my internet's... my data isn't out there anywhere. You know what I mean? I think a good way of looking at it is, like, when people go, like... I saw somebody comment this, like, yeah, you know what? If Sony wants my fucking data, they could buy it from Google like everybody else. You know what I mean? I think that's a fair opinion. You know what I mean? If that's your problem with it, sure. But, like, realistically, I think like probably like 99% of the population, let's be honest, already have all their data online that Sony can, you know, like, the data that you're putting into Sony is already probably out there. Yeah, I don't want to insert company here. And once again, I think there's a very real game dev reason for them to use PSN. There's a very real game dev reason. You can disagree with Sony having your data. You can disagree with the fact that you can't make a PSN account in some other places, but also there's no harm It's more harmful if you don't acknowledge the benefit that a small studio like Arrowhead can get by unifying all their accounts under the PSN name and letting Sony deal with the customer support regarding that. You can't, it's an objective, easier thing to do in game dev. One, Sony's publishing, so obviously they have say in it, right? No, that's one universal fact. It's one universal fact about game development, right? It's just publisher, they have it, whatever. That you could say like, oh, they shouldn't let Sony publish. Okay, if Sony didn't publish, would you prefer the game not be created? Like 300,000 people who are still probably playing probably wouldn't care, like wouldn't want the game to not be created like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you do things, you make compromises in life. That's what all life is all about, right? You make compromises, and understand a smaller studio like Arrowhead being able to like say, hey, Sony, could you just like handle our accounts and like stuff like that? That's like a godsend. You know what I mean? It's a huge godsend for them. For a smaller company, they may have not been able to make the game if they didn't do this, right? And yes, there are other companies that have done it without having a unified system, like having like Fortnite. Actually, I think Fortnite, you do need an Epic account. I don't even know of a game, to be honest, that doesn't have an external thing with crossplay. But let's say Fortnite, for example. Let's say Fortnite, your Steam account works if you had a Steam account. Or like let's say like you had your Epic account, but then your Xbox account worked or something, right? On Fortnite. Like, they're a bigger company. You know what I mean? So it makes sense why they can do that. Arrowhead just didn't do that because they're a smaller studio. They didn't account for that development. Maybe they wouldn't have been able to develop the game without it. So it's just a simple fact. You can't change it, right? So there's no reason to get upset about it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's just a simple fact. That's how it worked. Yes, you could be uncomfortable with Sony having your data. Yes, you can be annoyed at the fact that you bought the game and now you can't play it because of PSN. Very realistic complaint. But also, you just have to accept that that's just how it is. That's how they develop the game. It's gonna be like that. Whatever. World's not gonna end. You know what I mean? What's it called? Would feel a lot better about it if there wasn't a fumble by a community manager. You know, and I agree with that too. I think the community manager, in a perfect world, the community manager doesn't shit on the community like they did. I saw they were making some, you know, he was making some shit comments, right? Just like the dev on release. There was a dev on release making stupid comments, and everybody like were yelling at that dev and trying to crucify him and get him fired. You know what I mean? But like, can you really blame them with how much the community is spreading misinformation and lying and blowing everything out of proportion instead of having a realistic conversation? Especially working in retail. Like today we had so connecting to the Costco story. Wait, let's get the fucking Costco hat on. Connecting to Costco here, okay? If you want a Costco employee's opinion, no, but like, okay, listen. We were fucking absolutely swamped today, okay? We were like 50 pizzas behind, no joke. 50 pizzas came, I went to lunch, we were caught up. I came back, we were like 50 pizzas behind. It just happened, right? And you know, at the end of the day, we are doing our best to build the pizzas. We were literally putting pizzas in the oven, maxing out the oven space, and cutting them and distributing them as much as possible, right? We were doing that. And, you know, people were coming up to the people that were working. For example, I was working up front, and they were like trying to yell at us, going like, I've been waiting 30 minutes. Where's my pizza? And being all entitled and shit. And you know what? Like, you have to sympathize with the people that you're, like, at a Costco, for example, right? Like, if you go up to a food retail worker, if you're watching, if you go up to a food retail worker, you notice they're swamped, and you start shitting on the employees and talking trash to them and complaining, you're a bad person. I'll be honest. Like, that is a problem. If you disagree with that, go fuck yourself. Stop watching my stream. I'll be honest. Retail workers, we only do as good as we can, okay? We were literally pumping out as many pizzas as possible. We got swamped with like a whole bunch of orders. Yelling at us is not going to do anything in terms of making it quicker. You can politely ask like, hey, we can walk up to us and go like, hey, I ordered an hour ago. It's a little frustrating. Do you think I can maybe get a refund? Or do you think you could maybe like get our order done quicker? You could say that. Sure. You could bring up a legitimate concern of like, hey, I've been waiting for an hour, guys. Do you think you can maybe get me my pizza? That's perfectly fine. There's perfect conversation room for that. And as an adult, you should be doing that. But if you are going up to the retail employee and going like, fuck you, where's my pizza? I've been waiting 45 minutes. Why haven't you guys made my pizza yet? When it's very clear we're understaffed and we are also working as hard as we can, you're a dick. That's plain and simple. And that's literally this whole thing. And then, you know, when, for example, one of our managers kept on getting yelled at by the people in the front because they were like, you're an asshole. Where's my pizza? It's been an hour. Blah, 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 blah. And she slightly raised her voice at a customer, right? Should she have done that? No, she shouldn't have done that. She should have been the bigger person, especially as a Costco member, or the person being a Costco member and her being a manager. She should have took it, whatever. But when you get yelled at for like an hour straight of people being like, where's my pizza? It happens. We're all human. Sometimes you lash out backwards, right? We're all human. So that's probably what happened to the community manager. People were being unreasonable and where there could have been actual constructive conversations with the people complaining about, hey, I can't log into the game because I can't create a PlayStation account in the Philippines. What can I do about that? Can I get a refund? Instead of saying that, people were spreading misinformation, yelling profanities, saying, oh, you guys suck. They were blowing out of proportion instead of having a conversation. He probably spent the whole day dealing with that. So of course they're going to be like a little spicier back. You know what I mean? Like, should they have done that? No. But also, you have to empathize with them as a person that they've been yelled at for the whole day by the people that turned on them at the drop of a dime. The community fucking went off like a bomb, okay? Like, you have to sympathize with the person, you know what I mean? Like, the community literally yesterday was like, Arrowhead, pretty good, yeah, woo. Instantly today, oh, you guys are fucking dog shit. Why are you doing this? Oh my god, fuck you. You guys are trying to scam us. It's gonna affect everybody. I'm sorry, but everybody is going to snap a little bit, especially with the balance patch drama that happened the previous week. You know what I mean? As a community manager, they probably got no fucking break. They went balance patch into this. Yeah, I mean, and the balance patch was also a disaster and probably got community manager flooded with people being assholes. You know what I mean? So, of course somebody's gonna, like, snap a little bit. Once again, should they have done it? No. But you also have to empathize with the person on a human level. You know what I mean? Also, hi, June. Hopefully you're doing well. We're talking about the Helldivers drama that's happening recently. That is a little overblown in my opinion. But once again, I think, once again, both sides, like, both Arrowhead and the community could have done stuff better. But I think being a bigger person and not worrying about it too much and just, one, realizing that the world's not going to end, and two, realizing that you can only do what you can do is important. You know what I mean? I think it's just important for your own mental health and for the mental health of the other people you're dealing with. Because again, that community manager is they're probably realistically getting death threats on the internet. I mean, let's be honest. Like, a retail employee's not going to be getting death threats, unlike a community manager who they probably have like a whole inbox of this. I'm going to kill you. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to sympathize with the dude a little bit, right? Hi, Grim. How are you doing tonight? Hopefully good. And once again, I think that just like how somebody can walk up to us and have a real conversation with us about like, hey, I ordered my pizza an hour ago. This is a little ridiculous. Do you think you could help me? Somebody can do that, and I'm not gonna be like, fuck you. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to the employee and go like, fuck you for asking. No, you're gonna get it when you want. Sometimes people will, but if you ask nicely, most people will be nice back. But if you come up being an asshole, you're probably gonna get an asshole response back. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. And on the internet, it's just retail work times 1,000 because everybody online is anonymous. So, what shoulder check the customer? I'm gonna put the customer into the fucking ground. Yeah, I've been working in customer service a while back, and people are stupid, unfortunately. Yeah, once again, I think the world just lacks... One of my missions, especially as a streamer... Also, hi, Loki. Thank you for reporting in. Hopefully your night is going well. I think one of my missions, though, as, like, a streamer, and, like, a VTuber, is that, you know, I just want people to be a bit more... Obviously, I want to shit on some noobs in video games, little shitters, you know what I mean? I want to ruin Timmy's lunchtime. No, but, like, I think one of my biggest things is, like, it's kind of letting people, trying to, like, spread my worldview of, like, you know, you can worry about things, but you can only really worry about something so much before it becomes unhealthy. And I think a really good way of going through life is just trying to empathize with the other human on the other side of the screen or in real life, you know, just thinking, like, you know, if I was in their position, how would I feel? You know what I mean? Just thinking about that. You know what I mean? I think you can go really far in life by just stopping yourself before immediately lashing out and going, like, you know, what would it be like on the other side? You know, what would it be like as a small studio Arrowhead struggling to open a new game? What would it be like to have an offer to completely solve your matchmaking and account problems entirely? You know? Well, just think about that for once, you know? Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's the thing, like, at the end of the day, people unintentionally empathize with the other person, even if it's the bad way. If you're hostile to somebody, they're going to be a lot more hostile back, versus if you walk up to somebody, you're calm and understanding, most of the time, that person will empathize with you unintentionally and also be calm and understanding back to you. You know what I mean? Versus if you come at somebody with an aggressive energy, they're probably going to come back at you with aggressive energy. You know what I mean? And that's just everybody. Even people who don't care about empathy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to naturally, as humans, we just naturally will empathize with others and return the energy back to the energy that they get. If somebody comes in my chat and starts talking shit, I'm going to talk shit back. You know what I mean? That's just how it works. But when Grim comes in and goes like, oh, hey guys, how you doing tonight? I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, hi Grim, thank you. Oh my gosh, wow. My night's going great, thank you. But, like, yeah, it's not like and if Grim comes in and says, like, fuck you, cat, I'll be like, no, fuck you, Grim. You be like, this is how it works. So yeah, it's just, and I think working retail is actually a great, if you need to, like, really get that message in your head, working retail is a great way to kind of, like, open your eyes to that. You know what I mean? Like, I always kind of had this opinion in my life entirely. But, like, you know, working retail, it really just helps you empathize. You know what I mean? Enter and shoulder check because I'm powerful and cool. Real and true, Grim, honestly. Strongest whelper right there. And I'm just like, hi, I'm over here, don't mind me. You know what, Loki? You're the cornerstone, though. So yeah, rant over about that, I guess. I love how I was like, oh yeah, I don't really want to talk about the drama too much. And then, you know, 20 minutes in, here we are. Granted, I guess I didn't really talk specifically about, like, the drama per se, but just, like, in general, overall, like, talking about it. Munching on my tail? I don't, my base form doesn't have a tail, okay? One, because it bumps into everything and it's kind of annoying, so. You know, since you can have, like, a human form, you just kind of, like, poof that shit away, you know? Speaking of, I'm, one of my other art commissions got started recently. Very excited for that. It's a more stylized bit of art. So that'll be really cool. I was also thinking of getting some emotes done, or getting more emotes soon. That's why I actually recently updated the emote chat in the Discord. I updated like the list of possible emotes. So if you do have any ideas for emotes, make sure you let me know in the emote chat in Discord. Give it back. The AGHT demands you have something to chomp on. You could chomp on like my coattail. This is like less interesting, but but yeah. So about my work at so going out my day. So yeah, we fell behind like crazy hard at the end of the night. It was insane. We were kind of like we were a little bit behind before I went on lunch, right? And actually our new like big manager in the warehouse, they came in to help us, which was nice. It's nice seeing like somebody in like the higher end of management in the warehouse actually come in and help us in the food court instead of just looking at us and going like, you guys better do work. They actually came in and started like pressing pizzas in the back of the room with us, which was really cool, and I respected that. And we actually got caught up. So I went to go to lunch, and I come back, and I check in, and one of the people comes up to me and goes like, okay, so you know like the DEF CON system? And I'm like, oh yeah, like, you know, DEF CON 5 being worse, DEF CON 1, blah, 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 right? He was like, okay, so imagine DEF CON 5, but double that, and that's how bad we are. And I was like, oh, okay, let me go see. And I walk in. There's like 2 supervisors working with us, like catching ovens and building pizzas, which is very weird. They usually don't work. So the fact that they were like forced to be in there, pretty bad. And I look at like our tickets, right? I shit you not, we probably had like 40 tickets at one point. The tickets are the things that pop out and we use for a ticket. Or, not we use for a ticket. We use it to, like, keep track of a pizza, right? Like, it has, like, what the order is on the thing, okay? So I'm, like, checking out the situation. And, yeah, we literally have, like, 40 tickets for pizzas alone, like, whole pizzas. And some of those tickets, it's not all like 1 pizzas. A vast majority are 1 pizzas, but some of them are like 4 pizzas, 5 pizzas, 2 pizzas. So I shit you not, we probably had like 80 pizzas. We were probably like 80 pizzas behind at one point. Which is fucking insane for a Friday. And the fact that it all happened at exactly the same time as soon as I left for lunch, absolute insanity. And yeah, it was so insane. By far the most nutty day that I've ever had. And yeah, we were working so hard. It was insane. And then by the end of the night, we ended up doing our last order at like 9 p.m. again. 9 p.m. my time, so I'm Mountain. So right now it's 11:45. Oh, my work shift normally ends at 10. Okay? And 8:30 is when the doors to Costco close. We were still doing orders up until 9. And at 9, I was alone in the food court because everyone had left / gone on break. So I was just sitting there at 9 o'clock. Still like just finishing up. We didn't do dishes the whole day. So I had an hour before my shift ended. There was all the dishes for the whole day. There was no cleaning done in the room so far. We still had all of closing, and I was the only one. Which was amazing. So I was just kind of like, huh. Oh, and then the one person who was supposed to be closing with me had to go home because their kid was sick, so they had to go get them. So I was just kind of sitting there going like, huh, this is interesting. Luckily, they did send a ton of people in, but just by dishes alone, since I was starting at like 9:20, just because I was doing dishes at like starting dishes at 9:20, I literally didn't finish dishes until like 10:50 or 10:40 or something like that. Which is pretty fucking insane because once again, that's 50 minutes overtime. Luckily they did send like the fucking cavalry because they saw that I was there, and I think they felt bad for me since one, I've only been working there for 4 weeks, and two, I usually work really hard. I think they felt bad for me, so they were like, we need to get people in there now to help her. So we had like four people came in and helped me like clean up the area before 10. So we actually did end up cleaning everything, surprisingly. Mostly. But yeah, so that was fucking insane. So Kamehameha! They elected you underwater ceramics technician. I do not get this. 69k channel points. Let's go, Trip. You're only like 30k away from Uwu Magic. Good thing I have the clause in Uwu Magic that after 3 months it doubles in points. That's crazy. I don't even think that'd be possible. if it doubled in points. That would be funny though. Just have something that constantly doubles so you could never technically get it. That'd be kind of sick. Kitchen joke. Give the dishwasher a fancy name. I see. Yeah, no, I just... At the end of the night, I was so fucking cooked because I was doing the cash register in that like giant swell that we had. And I'd been working really hard the whole day, and once again, it was like 8 hours at that point. So I just kind of like, when they walked in and I saw the cavalry was here, I was like, I'm gonna go do dishes, bye. And then I just like put my phone on full blast and started listening to music in the background while doing dishes in the corner while everyone else is doing everything. And I was just like, this is my life. Let's go pizza. How may I help you? You know, it was nice. I did get to flex my customer service skills, you know, with helping people. It's funny because there's a large Spanish population in this area, so people regularly come up and go like, Espanol? And I'm like, no. And then I'll yell into the back like, Jackie! And that's one of my coworkers who can speak Spanish. I'll just go like, Jackie, I need help! And then she'll be like, she'll translate for me. It was really funny. But yeah, I was basically just jamming in the back doing the dishes, which actually didn't feel too bad, to be honest, jamming in the back and doing dishes. So, but yeah, no, it was fucked because once again, it was just 2 hours of dishes because nobody did it during the day. So I'm probably going to start very clearly making it known during the day, especially since I'm going to be closing every day. I'm going to be like, look, if dishes aren't done by like, if we have any dishes at like 4 p.m. on like a normal day, I'm going to not work in the kitchen. I'm just going to go do all the dishes. If you need help, you can call for help, because once again, this is like the 5th night in a row where the dishes just were not done the whole day, and I am just over that basically. So yeah, it's interesting. We'll see. Hopefully. And at the end of the day, I can leave whenever I want. Like, I can leave at 10 if I want. At the end of my shift. Because I'm technically not supposed to be working overtime, all things considered. But, generally, you want to always get... The priority in our kitchen for stuff to do is that you have to do dishes during the night. You have to ideally get dishes done at night. That's the main priority. Next priority is doing, like, surfaces and, like, cleaning the machines. And then 3rd is like sweeping. 4th is like scrubbing the floor and stuff like that. But so most of the time when we're closing and it's super late like that, we only end up getting the dishes done. But the problem is, even if I wanted to get only the dishes done, right? Like if I was alone this whole day, or at the end of closing and they didn't send anybody in, and I would only do dishes, I would still probably be like an hour overtime just because there were so many fucking dishes. So yeah, it's cooked, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It would have been cooked regardless. And I could just leave the dishes there. Actually, no, I probably would've. Also, Grim, I fucking love that meme. I'm sorry, I can't help shoulder checking people over. The funniest part, apparently the coworker that threatened me, he was spreading rumors that that I was intentionally shoulder checking him and like pushing him, and he felt endangered. And like, it's the funniest rumor to spread because physique wise, while I do think I have the ability to fuck people up to a degree, just looking at me, I look like a fucking high schooler sometimes, and he looks like a fucking skater bro with like tattoos and shit, and he's like probably like 6 inches taller than me. So it's like, bro, you're spreading these like rumors about me threatening to fuck you up, but like, do you not realize how stupid that makes you look? Like, it looks really stupid when you're saying you're threatened by this small dragon girl working in the food court with you. Once again, could I fuck him up? I think I could fuck him up, especially the fact that he's spreading rumors and shit. I think he's a coward, so I could probably fuck him up realistically. But like, does he not realize how stupid it looks? Yeah, basically, bonk. Also, what do you mean fire again? No, yeah, I'm not quite sure. So yeah, that was pretty funny though. I did get hit with the, oh, are you in school? And I was like, oh no, yeah, I just finished school. And they were like, oh, so you're going into college now? And I'm like, no, I finished college. And they were like, oh, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm a couple thousand years old because I'm a dragon, so it's crazy. And they're like, oh, you look way younger than you do. Arson, we love fire. Honestly, fire makes us warm. Yeah, I'm just happy I didn't have to do... In the kitchen, there's like a couple of roles that I really don't like to do. The primary role I probably hate to do in the oven is... Or, in the oven? In the kitchen is catching the oven. Basically, it's just getting the pizzas that come out of the oven. And the reason why it sucks is because, one, you're right in front of the oven, so it's nice and hot. And it gets really hot. And also, the oven is right next to the window that keeps the pizzas warm. For, like, pizzas that we dish out. So, like, it gets really hot. And also, if you don't get the oven quick enough, it could crash, which will cause, like, the pizzas to crash into each other, and then they'll, like, get all messed up, and you can't serve them. So you have to, like, do it really quickly, and then it's hot, and then the stuff that you're taking out of the oven can, like, burn you. Yeah, you're flanked by 2 heat sources, and also you have to try to get the pizzas out before they burn you, or before they crash. And the pizzas are obviously hot, so if you try to grab them with your hands, they're gonna get burned. But also trying to slide the thing under it to get it off sometimes doesn't work, so you have to use your fingers to kind of like push it so your fingers get warm. And then also sometimes there'll be cookies going through, and then the cookie tray gets super fucking hot. And then also you can't slide the cookies off the cookie tray, so you have to manually get the cookies off the cookie tray, which takes a lot of time. And then if you take a lot of time getting the cookies off the cookie tray, then your pizzas will crash, and then it's like, fuck. And you have to keep track of all the orders, and then you have to call out the orders at the window while you're flanked by 2 heat sources, while also you're trying to keep track of the pizza. This is awful, to be honest. It's fucking terrible. Uwu is the weakness, but I have no weaknesses. My deck has no pathetic cards, Yugi. No, Uwu just doesn't help me beat the Q allegations, so, So yeah, I probably hate the oven the most. And then, honestly, I also kind of hate just doing front-end stuff. I do like the front-end stuff when it's going well, But especially when we're like backed up like we are, people always come up and be like assholes about like, where's my food? Why are you specifically targeting me and delaying my food? I hate you. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, fuck you. You're just a retail worker, but fuck you. Yeah, I mean, it's like, chill. But it's going well. And it's like a slow day. I don't mind doing it, especially when we have like enough people, because then it's just kind of like a fun little cross the stuff off the list type of game. But no, when you fall behind, it fucking sucks, I'll be honest. So, and also specifically with the cashier role as well, doing cashier, while I do like handling money, obviously when people don't speak English, whether it be because they're Slavic or Spanish or fucking Korean or some shit, I don't know, kind of hard to determine what they're saying, and then sometimes they get frustrated that you don't understand their language, which is like, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you could work with me instead of getting frustrated, but sure. I never understood that either, but yeah, so it's kind of weird. Great litmus test for how good a person is, how they treat retail. Actually true, though. If I was dating somebody and I found out that they treated service workers like shit, I would instantly dump them. Just getting that out of the way. And once again, if you treat retail workers like shit and you're in my chat, goodbye. I do not want you here, to be completely real with you. What the fuck are you supposed to do with those oohs? You need to get them off the shelf. You over-ordered oohs. This is not my fault. That's an inventory problem. Please talk to your supervisor. You do have a lot of cute emotes, Nugget. I don't know. It feels like you have new emotes like literally every day. It's kind of incredible. I do want to get some animated emotes. That's probably actually my next thing I want to do animated emotes. I don't really know what to do for animated emotes. I kind of want to do like the toothless dragon dance, but with like my character. But I don't know. One, I haven't seen like somebody on VGen who does that. And also like, I don't really know actually for anime emotes. Oh, and like a death slam maybe. Maybe like a serious dance instead of a toothless dance. But can't help but pass every single Riz check in other channels. Is that a Riz check? Getting the emotes? Is that how you get emotes? It's not by subscribing. You do it by getting a Riz check. Oh, you get a bunch of free gifteds. I see. Okay, that is a Riz check then. So I cannot deny that is what happens then. That's how you get all those emotes. Also, that Pikachu emote, Nintendo's gonna fucking cut that person's dick off, whoever has those emotes. Or, woman dick. Okay, well, we're gonna move on. But, I need a cat plus. That would be a good emote. Do like a Nodders or a Jammers. That would be quite good. Actually, let me write that down. Tail emote. See, I don't actually. So my model, on the little teaser spoiler thingy about my model, I don't have a tail. I do plan eventually, whenever a 2.0 reveal comes around, I want to have like a combat form toggle, and the combat form toggle, or like there's a plan of like there's my normal like human presenting dragon girl self, and then there's the like half combat form self, and then there's like the full combat form where that'll be like quite draconic. So I want to have like all of that, but obviously that's fucking expensive. So we'll eventually get that, but that's not like a super priority thing. So I do like the simplicity of my human form. So, and you know, ideally the way it works is it's toggleable, like each individual portion But also with the way that I want to do it, it's kind of more like an outfit swap. So, hard to say. Get a damn tail. It's not there. I don't have enough magic to project it right now, okay? I spend all that magic at Costco. Converting it into money so I could buy the all beef hot dog for $1.50. Comes with a soda. Yeah, I'd actually be interested. I think we had like 600 presses today, which means 600 pizzas, which is pretty insane. A Moogle? What is a Moogle? A full dragon form? While I do want to eventually get a full dragon form, that is a little bit more complicated, I would argue. I wouldn't ever want to fight in my full dragon form, realistically. My combat form would be significantly more effective versus a large dragon form. The large dragon form would mostly just be for traveling. Rugas are little fellas from Final Fantasy. I see. Are they kickable? I feel like Moogles is a very kickable name. I mean, if somebody walked up to me and was like, "Hi, my name's Moogle," I would just be like, get ready to be kicked and yeeted. You know? Mostly kickable? I see, I see. It's good to see that I got the vibe check then. I will say Final Fantasy is not maliciously, but in a fun way. See, that's it, to be fair. Ones and 14 are kickable in a malicious way. I see little shits. Kind of like Lalafels. They're pretty kickable, I feel like. Especially if you play Lalafell. I feel like you probably like to get kicked, if anything. Oh, I do want a gun emote. Gun emote. / a sword emote. Some sort of threatening emote, I think, would be very cool. And obviously those are quite obvious. You don't like the energy behind that sentence, but true. I mean, am I wrong, though? They hated her because she spoke the truth, okay? You leave the Moogles alone, they probably like being kicked, okay? It's just like the dude in Hollow Knight that asked to be killed by the Pure Nail. It's not up to me. He wants to be killed by the Pure Nail. I'll kill him with the Pure Nail. That's what his dream is. He wants to be kicked. I'll kick. Okay? This is how it is. Like Muppets that waste your time. I mean, arguably all Muppets waste your time. Then again, what do you define as wasting your time? I think any entertainment really is wasting time. Listening to me yap is wasting time, technically. You could be like, I don't know, like killing cancer or some shit. And you're doing cancer research, technically. Now, are you going to do that? Probably not. But hey, if I have any cancer researchers in my chat, my bad. Never a wasted moment of your presence. Don't worry, I waste my own time by existing, so I would not feel offended if I wasted everyone else's time. Also, it popped up on my thing. Holy fuck, did Helldivers get rugby bumped? At the risk of being locked in horny jail, do I build the thigh wall? Realistically, if it's on Twitch as an emote, you could probably do it. I will still judge you slightly. But also, I'm a dragon of culture, all things considered. So yeah, 52,000 negative reviews today for Helldivers. My fucking god. That is insane. Oh well. I already judge you? I was gonna say not true, but like, it's like kind of true, but not in like a bad way. You know? I judge myself for my own desires. I'm actually so excited, by the way, for my model. Oh, that's not even a crazy. Okay, well, they're getting more and more. Okay, but the thigh squish is quite cultured. No, I'm so excited for my model, though. And I think you guys will also be very excited, especially for certain parts of the model. Because I will say I am cultured once again. So. And you can kind of see it in some of the art. I think currently Mama has sent me basically like hips up for the art. Holy shit, some of those are getting really sussy, I'll be honest, Nugget. Or a hips up though for the whips that I've gotten. Which makes sense. So we'll probably be working on the legs down in a bit, but either way, they're fucking amazing. I am very happy. I mean, I was never really worried about my choice of Mama when I did decide to move forward with her. I really was not worried because I did a lot of research into her previous works and they were all amazing. And that this has remained the same thing. She's an amazing person. And I really hope that when I do reveal who my mama is, that you guys show her plenty of support in not only her projects relating to me, but also any of her future projects, because she deserves all the support. And honestly, calling it now, I think she will become a very large artist in the future, in my opinion. She's already on the way. She actually works as an art developer at a fairly large VTuber company. Not fairly large, but like, fairly large is a good way of saying it. Yeah, she's already an art developer at a fairly large VTuber company, all things considered. So she's already made it. But I think she'll go even further, to be honest. Because once again, she is an amazing mama. So you can get sent to horny jail. See. There you go. You have been bonked. Then again, maybe you'll like it in horny jail, so I'm just gonna bonk the shit out of you. So here you go. Another one. Bonk. Oh, dude. Okay, so I think I maybe talked about this before. We got new ice cream at Costco. It was, I do want a bonk emote, actually. That's definitely something on the top of my list, too. For emotes. We got a new ice cream. And, it's chocolate. So we previously had, vanilla ice cream. Classic. And we also had, strawberry ice cream. Okay? And then, but recently we changed out the strawberry ice cream for chocolate ice cream. And my fucking god, our chocolate ice cream is the best chocolate ice cream I've ever had. In terms of, like, any sort of, like, fast food place. Obviously, Costco is technically not fast food. It's more like a food court. But out of all the places, it's by far the best. If you've ever had Nesquik, like the chocolate Nesquik, it basically tastes like chocolate Nesquik, but in ice cream form, which is fucking amazing. It's so goddamn good. It's really good. It is really good, especially once you like. You could get it with like strawberries and stuff on it, and oh, it's so good. It's such a good combo. I really enjoy it. Honestly, the vanilla is like, you know, it's vanilla ice cream. You can't really go too crazy with vanilla ice cream. Like, it's the same as like a McDonald's soft serve, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, our chocolate is fucking amazing and way better than any other place's chocolate, in my opinion. Even like a Dairy Queen or whatever. That is emote, Grim. I don't want to say good, but also I want to say good, you know? No, it's good, actually. No, that's a fucking good-ass emote. Maybe I'll get a... What's it called? Maybe I'll get, like, a Whelper. When I finally get, like, a Whelper concept art, we'll get a Whelper sussy emote, where it's just you guys putting your butt like that. Waving it around like you don't care. Okay, I will say, though, by the way, there is something uniquely funny. So I don't sound like I'm being a prejudiced asshole here. I just want to get this out of the way. I am Filipino, okay? Let's just get this out of the way. I'm Filipino. There's a big joke about Filipinos self-deprecating for some reason about being Filipino. There's no actual, like, hate around being Filipino, but something about Filipino and being Filipino. I'm sorry for being Filipino, basically, is what I'm trying to say. There is some divine comedy that the most complained about region I've seen about this Helldivers shit has been the Philippines. Something in my head just sees, like, the divine comedy in the Philippines being excluded from Helldivers. But again, it sucks for them, obviously, right? I sympathize with the people that can't play the game. But also, it's so fucking funny. I don't know. I'm sorry for being Filipino. Like, I feel like they just gotta... I think healthy online discourse would just be all the Filipinos who can't play Helldivers anymore just sending these images to Arrowhead. Please, I'm so sorry. I'll try to stop being Filipino. I'm trying my hardest. Please forgive me. You know, I feel like that would be... That would be peak online discourse, honestly. You can't compete with Nug's horny emotes. I don't think anybody can. He seems like the strongest. He is a spicy nugget, to be fair. So that is, like, his thing. So I will say there will probably never be a horny emote on my channel. There'll be a bonk because I say some stupid shit sometimes. Oh my god, that's the horniest emote I've seen, Grim. But yeah, there's probably won't be actually any, like, actual horny bonk emotes on my channel ever. But once again, I'm a dragon of culture. You know what I mean? So I'm debating. So my parents apparently went out tonight for food. And apparently I do have some, like, chicken Alfredo somewhere downstairs in the fridge that they got for me, which feels really good. I really am happy that they were thinking of me because it's super wholesome and cool. And also I'm happy that there's food so that when I inevitably get home, or like when I inevitably stop streaming and go scrounge around for food, I can actually just get some chicken Alfredo, which sounds fucking delicious. Hi, Bo. How are you doing tonight? I really do love my emos that I have, though. I'll be honest. The emo artist did such a fucking good job. She is amazing. They are all really good. The heart emote, especially. I'm very happy with how the heart emote turned out. It is very wholesome and cute. And I'm fine with being called cute when it comes to my emote form, I'll be honest. The salute emote is a fucking banger, and honestly, just generational, to be honest. You just woke up, Bo? Feeling poopy after work, so you went to bed and said try again tomorrow? Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. I thought you were doing like a I just woke up, like you were Trip, who stayed up all night watching ReZero or something and has been sleeping all day. I thought that's what you meant, but see, this is how we test if Trip's really paying attention, because I have a feeling he'd be like, hey, in chat if he was, but maybe he's immersed in his submarine game. There he is. Maybe he won't say, huh? Maybe he'll just be like, no, no, that's fair. Oh, speaking of, I've been really enjoying trips. Bo said he just woke up, and I told him like, oh, I thought you just woke up. Okay, so he was immersed in a submarine game. What's it called? I was like to Bo, oh yeah, it's like I thought you just woke up like in a tripway who stayed up all night watching ReZero, so they slept all day. But you want the long drive? One of my fames, I saw someone talking about it in the Discord. I do remember us talking about the long drive and playing it. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. It's always a pleasure having you around. Bye bye. Nice Costco hat. Thank you. I was yapping about Costco earlier, so I connected Helldivers and Costco. It's crazy. So I donned the attire, you know. What's it called? But yeah, so we were talking about long drive. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know. I am maybe looking for some games to play. How long is the long drive? Is it a long drive, possibly? Is it a long drive? Okay, you automatically. Okay. Thank you, Bo. His never ending. Oh, really? Wait, I thought it was like a funny narrative game. Wait, am I not understanding the long drive? Let's see. Well, thank you, Bo. I appreciate it. About to drive home from work. We'll be lurking. Okay, Grim, be safe. Yeah, be safe, Grim. Getting home from work. Let's fucking go. God. So it's never ending, huh? You're headed to bed, Nugget? Okay, thank you, Nugget. Thank you for dropping by. Stanley Parable is a game I might enjoy. I have seen some Stanley Parable. I have not seen, or I haven't like seen a whole a full gameplay of it, but I obviously know about Stanley Parable. Multiplayer too. It's a really silly game. Infinite random generated desert. I didn't know it was randomly generated actually for long drive, so. We'll give it a try. I don't know if we're gonna do it tonight. I think tonight might just be yapping. To be honest, I'm not sure if we're gonna be doing some gaming tonight. To be honest, I'm kind of cooked. Once again, it was a very long day at work. TLDR for the for people who weren't here at the beginning of the stream, but yeah, it was a fucking absolutely nutty day. So. But yeah, Stanley Parable is another possible game I was thinking of playing. Or, you know, actually, want to know I kind of want to fuck with? It'd be kind of fun to do, like, a puzzle game. A puzzle game would be pretty fun. There was a puzzle game called... Are you guys Superliminal? Sorry one. Yeah, Superliminal looked fun. That could be like a fun puzzle game. I think it'd be fun to do a puzzle game though. You know what I mean? Do like a, because what we've done like a platformer with Hollow Knight and kind of a Souls-like at the same time. We obviously do FPS games fairly regularly. So it's kind of be fun to get some variety in there with some other games. You know what I mean? Like Superliminal, like puzzle game, or we could do like what's it called? I was actually thinking like a strategy game could be fun too. Oh, we did Frostpunk too, so yeah, well that's a strategy game actually. So yeah, so it'd be kind of fun to do some games like that. Maybe we'll do like tomorrow. We'll do some long drive. By the way, maybe that's what we'll do for. What's it called? Maybe that's what we'll do. Didn't I say we were gonna do a game for community night at some point? What game we were thinking about? Oh, GTFO. That's something that Trip recommended, right? That costs money. GTFO. Anyone? Yeah, maybe we'll try GTFO or what's it called? GTFO we'll maybe think about in the future. But yeah, just wait for it to go on sale. True. We'll do long drive though, maybe tomorrow. It'll be kind of like a community night if it does have multiplayer. So silly game. We could be a little bit silly tomorrow, you know. Actually, I haven't looked at the Steam new releases in a while, so kind of nice to look at them. I don't really think there has. I think the only like pop-in game that's been out recently is Bunny Garden, but that's like definitely not the type of game I think that would be on my channel. And one, I don't even know if you can stream Bunny Garden on Twitch, but that's like the hot VTuber game at the moment. For a while it was Supermarket Simulator, and now it's that. So I know Balatro has been cool, but I've actually never played poker, so I don't know if I'd like. If I played Balatro, not only would I be learning like the actual mechanics of the game, I'd also be learning how to actually play poker. I've never done poker. Is Bunny Garden not safe for work? People have been streaming it. It's close. And Monster Hunter Wilds while playing together? Oh, obviously. Yeah. Maybe not like all together at a time, because I obviously do like soloing. But once we get to like endgame content, of course, yeah, we'll solo. I'll probably do like every boss first time solo. But then yeah, we'll farm together and stuff, you know? But again, maybe we'll continue to stream. When Monster Hunter Wild comes out though, we're playing, obviously. That's gonna be an on-release game. You know, if you're interested in Bunny Garden, you would look it up. There's enough clips about it. Let's just say that there is women in short skirts with bunny ears, and if you pay them for the expensive liquor is located very low on the shelf, so much so that they have to bend over to grab it. Continuing on. Farming together is a way to play. Selling them first time is standard way to do it. Yeah, that's it's not like an insane idea, obviously. And you know, obviously, if Monster Hunter Wilds has a boss, like obviously there's some bosses you can't solo, like there's some bosses that you can't first time solo, like Kolv Taroth or Safi Jiva in World. When it comes to those bosses, obviously, yeah, we'll be doing those together. But they probably won't even have those on launch for World or for Wilds. At least I wouldn't think so. Those are like post-game type stuff usually. Actually, never got really do that too much in World, which is interesting. Probably could have. Oh, well, I know it's really funny. We were talking about like gamer outrage earlier, and like how some games, you know, gets blown out of proportion by community and all that, and whatever, even though there's legitimate concerns. Want to know one game that has had insane drama of devs making stupid shit and the community has reacted actually fairly appropriately? Tarkov. I don't know if I've talked about Tarkov on stream. I think I talked about it briefly. The fact that Tarkov is doing what they're doing, and the community has actually managed to respond in a way that is pretty reasonable given the situation, is pretty good. Because that's how bad they fucked up in Tarkov. They fucked up so bad, the internet is somehow reacting appropriately to it. And that's when you know it's bad. You know what I mean? It's like EA. Everybody reacts to EA's stupid shit universally well, and there's like no divide on it. Because it's not an overblown reaction, it's just a proper reaction. And Tarkov has somehow reached EA levels. It's quite impressive if you think about it. It's like, my theory is that they're trying to set a speedrun record for how to kill your community. And honestly, they're up there. Especially with the fact that they, like, tried to shit talk their competitor on Twitter, giving them free advertising. Impeccable. Marketing decision there. Like, we were talking about how the community managers in Helldivers fucked up. At least they didn't do that. Yeah, I mean, they fucked up, but it could be worse. They could retweet their competitor and say, like, pretend to talk shit, but then in reality, they're just giving more ad space to their competitor. You play through the story solo, and when I run into armor set I really want, I jump into multiplayer and start farming. Me being me, I normally just always solo farm, but obviously, because I don't like online matchmaking, especially in a game like Monster Hunter, where Monster Hunter is... And, okay, part of it is my own insecurity that I'll die and fuck up a run for 3 other people, and I don't want to do that. If I want to fuck up a run, I want to fuck it up for only myself. You know what I mean? But also, when other people die, I don't mind if you die, like, once or whatever, right? But what do you do run into those people in Monster Hunter who die, like, 3 times in a run? It does get a little depressing, especially if it's, like, a longer fight. And then also, in specifically Monster Hunter Rise, I actually like soloing more because the monster's aggro is a lot more predictable, and I like that. When you're playing with multiple people, it's a little hard to predict where the monster is going to attack and who's the monster going to attack, which matters a lot when you're playing something that has counters. And in Rise, Greatsword has a counter that contributes, like, a massive amount of damage to their kit. So, like, with Longsword, too, that's kind of, like, a big thing, right? Longsword has a lot of counters. So when you're playing alone, it's actually a little bit more easier because you can tell, like, I know the monster will be attacking me and not someone else. You know what I mean? I think in World, though, I will say in World where it's less arcadey, and I'm playing Greatsword, it is a lot nicer and I think a little bit more fun to have a lot more people, which is how it is, right? The arcade titles for the mobile titles, like Rise, it's always going to be a bit more soloable just because you're meant to pick it up and, like, play it on the go. You know what I mean? But also, in the more cinematic titles, like World and probably Wilds, there is something uniquely cool about seeing, what's it called? There is something uniquely cool about seeing all of the, like, 3 other people fighting, what's it called? You know, fighting Nergigante, for example, and running around screaming like, oh god, I'm about to get one shot, and goofing around. You know what I mean? And especially when it's with friends, then people won't, like, then you don't have any, like, threat of people being, like, mad if you fuck up the mission. You know what I mean? If you're playing with friends or viewers. Like, I'm not gonna get mad at you guys if you die, like, twice in an Nergigante run. You know what I mean? Because it's whatever. We're all having fun. But when you're playing with randoms, the tensions are a little higher, in my opinion, just because of bad history in the past. So, yeah, no, it is. I think World is a lot cooler just because it's a lot more grounded in gameplay. And the missions are a lot longer, so having more people does really help speed up that time. Once again, I also have a soft spot in my heart for Monster Hunter speedrunning, and a lot of the speedrunning is solo, so... Speaking of Bunny Garden, by the way, there's 2 recommended channels of other VTubers who are streaming Bunny Garden. So evidently you can't stream it on Twitch. But oh, actually, there's only like 3 people streaming it. It's only 3 people streaming it, really? Interesting. You know. Yeah, we were talking about Monster Hunter before that. Yeah, we were talking about how when Wilds come out, what the plan is for stream. And the plan is to play with stream. So I'll probably be soloing the monsters on my first kill. And then when it comes to like farming, we'll recruit the help of the whelpers. And once again, maybe Wilds will be a lot more fun multiplayer. Who knows? But one you recommended is Sasha Grey, and she's playing Stellar Blade. I still actually have not had a chance to look at Stellar Blade and actually see like what the fuck it's about. From what I saw of Stellar Blade, it did kind of look like it kind of looked more like Nier Automata. If that makes sense. I think I said that right. And I actually was not a fan of Nier. Which is maybe blasphemous for some people. But I'm not a huge fan of that type of, like, game. Like, Devil May Cry, for example. Not a huge fan of it. I just don't... I didn't vibe with the gameplay and the controls for it. One, because I'm using keyboard. Yeah, like, it's a hack and slash game, I believe is the call. Yeah, Nier Story looks cool as hell. I just don't like the hack and slash genre, generally. So I wouldn't probably ever play like Devil May Cry on stream or Nier. The closest I get to hack and slash is like is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. So you get to watch a pretty girl. Well, I'm only partially bi though, so that's like kind of only like a The thing is about Stellar Blade, I'm gonna be real with you. I actually don't like that sci-fi type of vibe where it's like kind of just like more like high-tech sci-fi. I like cyberpunk. Cyberpunk I like. That's actually something I want to play on stream. I completely forgot about cyberpunk being a thing. Oh shit, I could have totally played cyberpunk. Maybe I'll do cyberpunk instead of like Black Ops and Fallout. Cyberpunk is fucking based, so yeah, I'm not actually a huge... From what I've seen of Stellar Blade, the setting is not actually as cool as I'd like. But you're stalking my Steam profile? Are you gonna bring it up? If you bring it up, I'll admit it. And yes, I do play Relink. I played when Lucilius came out, but I haven't played it recently. I might play it again. I've been kind of waiting for maybe a little bit more content, because we only did like 1 stream for Lucilius. It took like, I think like an hour and a half to beat Lucilius, with just AIs, but that was mostly because my AI was dog shit. So, and then we got people in chat, like Claptrap, he's not around right now, but he joined me along with another friend, and we were like just farming Lucilius on Go, so it's super easy. Oh, Soda Dungeon. You haven't gotten that far? It's a great game. It's Monster Hunter, but more weeb, is the way I look at Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, which is cool. Very cool, even. It is very close to more of a hack and slash game, though, but there's definitely some Monster Hunter-y type fights. So Soda Dungeons, Bo, is an idle game. So that's why I have so many hours on it. It's an idle game, so I had it open, obviously, for 3,000 hours. It's just like the beginning of it is kind of like you build a party, and then the party would, like, automatically climb towers, and you would, like, equip them with gear and stuff like that. But eventually it just becomes like an idle game that I would leave on all night and climb floors for the sake of climbing floors. Way past anything that would be like necessary, but it's a fun little idle game if you ever want to give it a try. It's unique and has a lot of depth, surprisingly. Soda Dungeon 2 specifically. Actually has like a good amount of content, all things considered, if you like kind of more idly games. I know you played like that Rusty game, Rusty Retirement. I think you said it was a little bit more of like an idle game. What's it called? So yeah, the idle game stuff, whatever. Anime girl games? Here, I can link my Steam profile. I have no shame. Because one, you can see how many hours I have in these games, and it's 0, but it looks really funny. All I'm saying is, these games all were on Humble Bundle for like, literally like $5. So, that's why I had them. There's also some like weird games in there, I think, that if you really look, you could see it. That like I got gifted for funny joke. Miss When Humble Bundle was good. I never actually got into Humble Bundle, I'll be honest. But I had somebody else buy me the Humble Bundle for the Sakura Spirit games. And I was like, okay, if you give it to me, I'm just going to put it on my Steam profile and never touch it. And here we are. Oh, Catherine could be a fun game to play. I have Catherine Classic. I just haven't played it all that much. That could be a really fun game to play on Steam. I don't know if anyone has heard of that. But it's a fucking go-to game. So yeah, feel free to bring up anything in my Steam profile though, Bo. If you would like. Are the hours in Lost Ark, for example, real? Yes, they are real. Those are, I think there's probably only like 100 idle hours, maybe. I played that game too much. Payday 2 hours, are those all real? Also, yes. Those are all 100% real, basically. Payday 2, at least. Divinity, same. All those hours are real. Baldur's Gate, all those hours are real. Civ, all of those hours are real. Grand Theft Auto 5, those hours are not real in the fact that it didn't track my GTA RP time because I used 5M as a launcher. So that should probably be like triple, maybe quadruple. Like 2,000 hours, something like that. Crazy. XCOM 2, those are actually, yes, my played hours. Robocraft, also yes, my played hours. Gary's Mod, also yes. TF2, I don't know how I have 376 hours in TF2, so I can't really say anything about that. Here, actually, I'll just, wait, how am I not doing this? Bad streamer. Am I right? Where is, okay, window capture, Steam. Okay. Boop. Oh god, the fucking hot dog and the hat. Okay. Okay, so we got Soda Dungeon 2, most played. Then Lost Ark. Right, Payday 2. We're just gonna kind of go through it quickly. Also, yes, Catherine Trip. Civ 5. Civ goated, to be honest. Grand Theft Auto 5, also goated for no pixel RP. Ark, smashed by Brazilians, 10 out of 10. XCOM 2, smash that Alien Ussy, 10 out of 10. Robocraft, this is actually a really fun game. Sure, I could do a Steam review profile review if you would like to send Steam profiles after I'm done reviewing mine. At least for games played. I don't want to dig this deep into everybody else's, but so if you would like, feel free. Robocraft. So this game was like World of Tanks, basically, but you would build your own robots. It was like a block-based building system, and you would like add like guns and shit. Super goated, to be honest. It was a really fun game. It had like a lot of problems with pay to win, just like every kind of, what's it called? Every World of Tanks type game. It had problems with pay to win, but it was still quite fun. And for a while, it the gap between paying players and like non-paying players was pretty achievable, but it kind of went to shit. Gary's mod, I'm honestly surprised I don't have more hours in Gary's mod. I'll be real. Probably because that was when I was like in middle school that I was playing Gary's mod, so I didn't play nearly as much as I thought I did. Because I had to do like homework and shit. But Gary's mod goated. TF2, no fucking idea how I have so many hours. Bloons TE6, goated game. Trip, I'm surprised Trip has not chimed in about this, but Bloons TE6 is goated, pretty fun. Factorio, very goated game as well. Those are all real hours, I believe. Maybe like 20 hours, maybe not. It's a minus. Factorio is very fun. Honestly, I was thinking of doing a Factorio stream, but I feel like a Factorio stream is like maybe even more nerdy or too nerdy for me for stream. But Satisfactory I think is a little more interesting because it's like 3D. But Factorio is literally just a top-down factory game, which is very nerdy and very fun. So, it's fun. Monster Hunter Rise? Yep. Makes sense. Borderlands 2? Yep. Makes sense. Borderlands 2 is a go game. I've done like 3 different playthroughs. One with like Siren, one with Psycho, and probably one with like Gunzerker, maybe. Maybe Zero as well. I don't know. Lots of Borderlands. Borderlands 2 is one of those games I just come back to every once in a while to play. So Borderlands 2 I come back to every once in a while to play. XCOM 2 I usually come back around and play every once in a while. Civ 5 I come back around. Divinity 2 also come back, play around sometimes. So Risk of Rain 2, also a fucking go-to game. Very fun, like roguelike. Like probably the roguelike, all things considered. One of the firsts. Very fun game. Could be a fun game to play on stream, but they don't really update it too much anymore. So, and I've kind of already done everything in it though. So, Monster Hunter World, go-to game obviously. We love Monster Hunter World. Played it like I've come back to Monster Hunter. I played Monster Hunter when it released for a while. Took a break and then came back and played Iceborne with some friends. So, very fun game. We basically smashed Rise and then went back to World, which is like everybody's, I think, experience. Don't Starve Together, another fucking go-to game. I played the original Don't Starve, but then they basically killed the original Don't Starve for Don't Starve Together. But Don't Starve Together is really fun. It's kind of like a hardcore survival game. DST, yeah. Very fun combat. Lots of really good late game content. Got a lot further. I think my like record is like 200 days, but in DST it's less about the days that you survive because you can actually kind of be self-sufficient super easily. It's more about the like bosses and challenges you end up doing. That ends up hard. I've not beat the penultimate boss in Don't Starve Together, but have done quite far up to it. So it's pretty cool. XCOM, the original XCOM, also go to game. Honestly, the original XCOM is different enough than XCOM 2 that I sometimes do go back to the original XCOM. I remember they did there's a DLC for XCOM called XCOM Enemy Within, I believe. That was a super fun game. It was what's it called? They basically unlocked mech classes for your soldiers, where your soldiers could be like cybernetically enhanced, or they could be genetically enhanced. So that was pretty cool. So remember how I mentioned how some people on my friends list would gift me funny games just like to have on your friends list? That was one of the games. And you know, turning down a gift is rude, so I accepted the game Hentai Arena Holy Pussy. Yep. Loop Hero, okay. If you want a really good fucking bang for your buck game, this is the game. This game is fucking amazing. Go watch the trailer. This game is super fun. Like, super cool. It's like a auto battler almost. It's like an auto battler before auto battlers are a thing. Where you kind of like, what's it called? It's a very fun game. It's like a roguelike, kind of. But it's hard to describe. It's very fun, though. So if you are looking for a game to play that is relatively cheap, and has like a lot of cool content and a lot of strategy to it, this game, extremely good. Extremely good. The only downside is it does have an ending. You can't spend like infinite hours in the game, but it's a very fun game. So let's see. PUBG. Honestly, I didn't know I had this many hours in PUBG, but OG Battle Royale, so is what it is. Pal World. Had quite the Pal World kick before I started streaming. Wow. Vampire Survivors. Go to game. CS2. Honestly, I don't know how I have that many hours in Counter-Strike. Don't know how I have this many hours in Siege either. Siege was the game I played before I started playing Overwatch, so I was really bad at Siege for the longest time. Total War Warhammer 2, very fun game as well. FTL, go to game. Helldivers, go to game. Valheim, go to game. Valheim actually has another update coming out soon, so it'll be fun. Darkest Dungeon, also go to game. Skyrim, go to game. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, go to game. Civ 6, disappointing. I actually don't like Civ 6. I haven't played the DLCs for Civ 6, so I can't comment too much on it post DLC, but release Civ 6 was extremely disappointing. Yeah, I'll check yours out in a second, Bo. Actually, wait up. Where is Terra in mine? I should have a fuck ton of hours on Terra, so I don't know why it's not here. Okay, Dota 2, all my hours in Dota 2, auto chess. When auto chess was still like a Dota 2 game mode and not anything else. That's where all my Dota 2 hours. The original Dota auto chess is so fucking goated, I'll be honest. Slay Aspire, go to game. Apex is Apex. Hollow Cure, better Vampire Survivors. Gun Z, the second duel. I played this game before I was good at video games too. That was kind of interesting. Escapists, pretty fun game. Not amazing though. World at War, zombies obviously. Ruin King, League of Legends story, goated. Nether. I don't want to talk about Nether, but it was like a shitty zombie game that I played when I was like middle school, and I still fell for like shitty games. So there you are. Backpack Hero, go to game. Into the Breach, go to game. Terraria, go to game. I don't know how I only have 59 hours in Terraria, I'll be honest. They Are Billions, very fun game. Like a RTS, but it's an RTS you can pause. Realm Royale. Okay. Realm Royale was such a fun battle royale for the longest time. It was a very big breath of fresh air in the Overwatch days. They fucked it up because it's high-res, and high-res's only successful IP is Smite, and even then they've killed Smite most of the time. So in high-res fashion, it went to shit. But it was fun while it lasted. So spent a lot of time playing Realm Royale. It was very good. Hollow Knight, goated. Don't Starve, goated. Stardew, I actually never finished Stardew. I've only gotten like halfway through playing with somebody else. Tabletop Sim, whatever. Cyberpunk, yeah. Okay, so it says I only have 48 hours in Terra. That's a lie. I think, yeah, so we're talking about the same thing with the complaint you have about MMOs and Terra. I definitely also have probably way more hours in Terra. I never got into the end game of Terra, but I leveled a lot in Terra, which just goes to say how impressive the leveling was and how fun it was. But I leveled a lot in Terra, so that was cool. Black Ops 3, I actually played the multiplayer surprisingly a lot for some reason. Pretty fun though. Gauntlet, go to game. Dishonored, go to game. Skyrim, blah. Back for Blood, Payday, Back for Blood and Payday 3. Biggest fucking disappointments of the the past few years. A big sad. Back 4 Blood had a really good beta, so I bought the game. Full game was shit. Payday 3 had a really good beta, so I bought the game. Game was shit. Games were literally unplayable for like the first 2 weeks, which instantly killed all the players in Payday. Black Ops goated, Satisfactory goated. Guns of Icarus Online was really fun. It was like a Sea of Thieves, but steampunk ships, like airships. So that was really cool. Sea of Thieves, but steampunk airships, really cool. Hitman. I actually haven't played much Hitman. It says I have 36 hours, but honestly, I don't fucking remember any of those 36 hours. So, yeah. Other than that, we're kind of getting into the less likely games I could really comment on too much. So, we'll move on. But, so, review Bo's profile. So yeah, those are my Steam games. Pretty neat. Nothing too crazy though, all things considered. So, okay, Bo, we got the eldritch horror background. It goes well with the eyeballs, and also goes well with the theme you have for your slime. To be honest, it's a pretty good. It's pretty good theming. I actually need to update my profile for my VTuber stuff, to be honest. But okay, badge collector. You have a Team Fortress 2 badge, level maxed out. Phasmophobia badge maxed out. Warframe badge, unfortunate. Deep Cock Galactic, as I like to say. Legendary Gold Digger. I did not know that was the name of the thing, but huge. Community contributor. Community's awarded you with 3 awards. Wow. Given 29 rewards in exchange for some of the points wealth. I actually have a shit ton of points, so I should probably do those rewards. You have 30 total badge, 483 game cards. Nice. Okay, your rarest achievements. Let's see. Oh my god, there's some Lost Ark achievements in here. Interesting. Is rarest achievements stuff that you put off? I don't think it is, right? I think these are just like by percentage, I think. Oh. Interesting. Weird that there's a lot of Lost Ark ones. Actually, I know exactly why there's a lot of Lost Ark ones. It's because bots. Lost Ark had a really big problem with bots. So I bet there's a shit ton of Steam accounts that got banned that probably didn't do stuff like this. So, so that's why there's a lot of Lost Ark things here, because the amount of bots was unholy in Lost Ark. So, Cannibal Crossing. Interesting. Master Chief Collection, though? Okay. Playing Reach would be fun. Okay, your review showcase is Warframe. It's okay. 14,000 hours played. Checks out. I never got into Warframe. I do have Warframe in my library, and I do have some hours logged on it. But, I do not... I've not played it. I almost got dragged in by some friends, but evidently it did not happen. So, let's see. Recent activity. Okay, Helldivers. What achievement are you missing in Helldivers? Full hard difficulty mission or higher without anyone firing their primary or support mission. Interesting. Rusty's retirement and Sky Children of Light. What is this game, by the way? Anime Kingdom Hearts. Okay, this sounds like such fucking buzzwords. Let's see. Sky X. Huh? What is this? Let's see. It's a very cute, cozy game, apparently. What do you do in it? makes sense as from the creators of Journey. Is it just like an exploration game? It's like Journey but multiplayer? Experience the story and go around with friends having a good time. You play on PS5 so you don't have much on your Steam? That makes sense. Yeah, since I've been a PC gamer for like fucking many years now, I have a shit ton. I like this bow. Good to have on your profile. Behold, I present to you Pixel a use. I don't know why. No, like just ass, I guess. While running away with your comment cherry Hui Hui. Remember the Hui Hui era? How old is this? This year? April 27th? When did she do that? On April 27th, evidently. Now you have a giant butt on your Steam profile. Okay. Well, Bo, now it's time for the real shit. The games. Oh, fuck. I gotta log in. Wait, can I just, like... Why don't I just do this? Boop. 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 And then I just go to France. And then I go to Bo. There we go. It was a nice butt. Why are these censored? Huh? But I guess Rust is not safe for work or something. Why are these blurred? I'm so confused. Okay, well, Warframe, most played. Followed by Rust. Makes sense. See, if I have adult content censored, I'm surprised because I feel like this is an adult content. You'd think it would actually filter out actual adult content, especially because I was in my own Steam library. Whatever, though. Rust. Nice. I didn't know you played Rust, but pretty cool. Path of Exile. I didn't know you were a PoE gamer, Bo, but respect. PoE is pretty cool. Honin absolutely is it? There might be like blood and shit, but like, is that really not safe for work? I mean, I guess it's like, by definition, not safe for work, I suppose. But Honin Exile is one of the best survival games out there. Interesting. I never heard about it then. Arcade. Where do you put your actual Arcade hours at, you think, Bo? I know you mentioned that it might be messed up because the launcher, but a lot of boobs and butts. Truly just a core experience in survival games, though. Dude, I will say something, since we were talking about old MMOs. Terra is probably still actually one of the best games in terms of like in terms of combat. I think Terra is like still not really been surpassed all that much. Lost Ark was actually pretty fucking fun, I'll be honest. But Lost Ark was more like a Diablo type game versus like a MMO. But I felt like Terra did a really good job at doing action MMO really well. And I don't think anything has really come too close. Unchained probably over 1K. That's actually pretty reasonable, all things considered. Helldivers, noise. Squad, also noise. Phasmo, 248 hours in Phasmo. Holy shit! I'm assuming all those hours are before achievements got put in. I actually never got too much into Phasmo. I never really got too scared about Phasmo. So, Baldur's Gate, goated game. Halo Infinite. I actually never played Halo Infinite. I think I played the beta for Halo Infinite. Did not like it and stopped. One thing about Halo that's always annoyed me is how OP the melee is. I'll be honest. I don't know. That's my big thing. Overwatch is at 579 hours on Steam, or are you saying like on PlayStation? Because like if it's on Steam, that's only Overwatch 2, and that's only Overwatch 2 in like a really recent amount of time, which is a fuck ton of Overwatch. Divinity, go to game. Fallout 4, I don't know about that, but pretty good go to game probably. Planetside 2, I actually played a lot of Planetside 2 on PS5. Okay, goated, nice. They're gonna say on Steam because I'd be worried. Planetside 2, I actually played Planetside 2 quite a bit as well, back before I was good at video games. The Isle, is this that survival game where you play as a dinosaur? Wasn't there like a whole bunch of pedophiles? It's probably not only counting Overwatch 2 if it's on PlayStation. Wasn't there like a dude who ran like a big server in the Isle that like was a pedophile or something? I think I remember some internet drama about that. Regardless. Yeah, Dino role-playing it. It definitely was this game then. Yeah, there was like a dude who ran like a really popular community server, and apparently he was like a total creep. I don't know why I remember this specific bit of drama from like fucking 5 years ago or some shit. My brain works in a mysterious way. I won't remember what I ate for breakfast, but I'll remember about the pedophiles in the Isle. So, Banished? I've never heard of this game. City building strategy game. Kind of goated, actually. I like city builders. There was actually a city builder I was thinking about recently. I saw in the Steam new releases, but it was like a early access one, so I was kind of like, Banished is one of the best city builders. I'll wishlist it. It seems kind of neat. If it goes on sale, I'll try it. It gets a bit out of hand late game, but we like that. Don't Starve Together, 151 hours. Also go to Bo. Good choice. Team Fortress 2. I feel like everybody has Team Fortress 2 hours, despite probably not remembering most of them. Ark. I see you are also a dino fucker. Manor Lords is amazing. I'll check that out. Elden Ring. Elden Ring goated soon. TM. That is going to be my debut game. Foxhole. Oh, dude. Foxhole. I remember when Foxhole was popping off. It looked so fucking fun. With like the VoIP and shit. And like people running around. And then like the dynamic combat on like the bridges and stuff. If I was streaming during the Foxhole era, Foxhole definitely would have been a big game. Actually, I think I was streaming. I was just streaming GTA RP. And I was like a degen GTA RP gamer. So that's why I didn't stream Foxhole. But Temtem? What is this? This is like Pokemon, but like legally distinct. This definitely looks like Pokemon. Oh, is this like an MMO Pokemon? It's so fun. You want to learn to play it better? Foxhole or Mana Lords? Or Temtem? Let's see. RimWorld. I haven't played RimWorld, but pretty goated. H Engineers. Goated. New World. Unfortunate. Pokemon knockoff, but harder MMO. 138 hours in Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West is a pretty goated game from what I've heard, though. Like, all the Horizon series. The Horizon series were plagued with bad release dates. I think, like, every single game in the Horizon series has been released next to another equally goated game. Right? I think I know one of them released at the same time that Elden Ring released. And then another one in the series released next to Baldur's Gate. Which, like, in terms of trying to compete with the player base for those two games, terrible idea. Because once again, they were fucking groundbreaking games. So, Foxhole? I see. I mean, it just looked like chaotic fun. It reminded me of, like, a Minecraft server that would have, like, that type of gameplay. Where you, like, constant war going on and you push back and forth. There was a lot of big Minecraft servers back in the day that had stuff like this, where it was, like, a constant war. And you would, like, push ground on one end, get pushed back. Dry finished? Nice, Grim. He didn't crash. Let's fucking go. I'm reviewing Bo's Steam profile right now. Grounded. Auction not included. That looks fun. Throwing starved people. Starbound and Shrouded. Starbound's the space Terraria, right? I think. Oh no, Starbound's a different game. Never mind. Is it Space Terraria? It did not look like Space Terraria. Oh no, it is Space Terraria. Never mind. I think I have Starbound too. But... let's see. Yeah, other than that. Pretty neat. Oh my god, you played the Mighty Quest for Epic Lupo? I played this game too. Star Page Riff. This game was kind of goated. Like, unironically, I actually really like the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. I thought it was a really cool idea. Like, building your own base. It was like Clash of Clans, but, like, cooler. It was a pretty fun game. It was pretty fun. Oh, you played the first Remnant? Neat. Yeah, we're actually gonna play Cyberpunk, I think, by the way. I think that's our next game. I've decided. Cyberpunk is the next game. Also, if anyone else would like me to review their Steam profile or whatever, let me know. I'd take a look and judge you, or judge you positively, which is still judging, but less in a bad way. Surprised you only have 45 hours in Jedi Fallen Order. He played that a ton and did a lot. You know, I thought about that too. I thought there was a lot of games that only had like 40 hours, and I was like, I thought I played that a lot. But I think when you play a game like Jedi Fallen Order, where it's like a really good game to play once, and it's like a solo single-player game, 45 hours is a fucking ton, realistically. But it just, and then it feels further dragged out because of how good it is. Like, my Cyberpunk hours are a lot lower than expected, even though it felt like forever because I was playing the game, but it's not. FF Type 0, I'm at 537 hours is single player game. How many hours to it? Did you like leave it on? Also, what is FF Type 0? Is that like a Final Fantasy game, or is that like, it sounds like a racing game, honestly. I'm tired, bro. Yeah, I do have work tomorrow. I think 1:50, something like that. Or 1:30 my shift again. It's like a 6-hour shift though, so. Oh, actually, wait. Tomorrow might be like a fucking 10 o'clock day. Okay, if it's a 10 o'clock day, I should probably get to bed soon. Well, let me phrase. I should eat and then get to bed soon. RuneScape, about 2K hours on one account of 3. Okay, to be fair, leave my games on all the time, but they don't add to the hours. Does PS5 have like an anti-adding to the hours game thing? I know Steam doesn't do, or okay, it's not that Steam doesn't do it, but like computers don't do that. If you leave like Baldur's Gate open for like 25 hours, it will add 25 hours to that. I feel like RuneScape though is like one of those half AFK games, to be fair. Like, that's like me saying I have like 2.5k hours in Soda Dungeon. Well, I do have 2.5k hours in Soda Dungeon. Half of it's like AFK. I mean, so. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab my phone.